Hello friends, welcome to all of you Shiksha 360. Today this is basically part 2 of the 12th by-part settlement. In this session we will discuss some of the major points regarding how much is the halting allowance, boarding allowance, what is the definition of family, what are the components of pay slip, and whether it will included in your pension or your NPS or not, and what are the components for calculation of HA and for the special allowance. There are one difference, like many of basically persons are have been confusion between what is the difference between special pay and special allowance. Clear, both are to be different. Clear, so you have to be take care regarding that. All these things are mentioned in the settlement. So let's take an overview of that. So first of all, here we will discuss definition of pay and what are the components included under that. So definition of pay in a reiteration of clause 6 of the bipart settlement dated 11th of November 2020, clear, as per the last. So pay shall be defined as under, clear, pay components and what are they eligible for, clear. Like there is a big thing, basically there is a many times in the demand that special allowance is to be included under the basic pay, clear. Till now it will not included. So now let's discuss here what is to be included under that and what are the benefits of that. So what are pay components that, like basic pay, stagnation increments, special pay. Special pay, like if you are officiating, or we can say that like head cashier, like this one, like CSA, cash. Okay. Graduation pay, professional qualification pay, officiating pay, and increment component of fixed personal pay, FPP. All these are to be components of or eligible for superannuation benefit, that is at the time of retirement or VRS. Or it will also constitute provident fund, gratuity, pension, and defined contribution pension scheme, or NPS, we can say that. And next one, that is basic pay, stagnation increments, special pay, gratuity pay, PQP, professional qualification pay, that is officiating pay, special allowance. Clear, here one thing they will add, that is first one, that is special allowance. This is to be like for workmen, it is to be 26.50. Special pay is different thing, you are already aware. Transport allowance, all these are eligible for the DA. Like transport allowance, it is to be now 850. Okay. Next one, that is HRA. How the HRA is to be calculated? Basic pay, stagnation increment, special pay, graduation pay, PQP, or officiating pay. Clear? For all these components are to be required for the calculation of HRA. Clear? So these things you have to be take care. It is already like your salary slip contains everything, but you have to be knowledge of all these things, how it is to be going on. Now move to the next one, halting allowance. So in modification of clause 26 of the settlement dated this one, with effect from the date of this settlement, halting allowance shall be payable at the following rates for the days spent upon duty outside the headquarters and where lodging expenses are not claimed or reimbursed. Lodging expenses here, that is hotel expenses. So clerical staff, subordinate staff. Places with population 12 lakh and above, that is with the maximum, that is rupees 1500, and for sub staff it is to be rupees 1100. For places that is with population of rupees sorry, not rupees, population with places with the population of 5 lakh and above, or state capital, capital of union territories not covered in column A, that is rupees 1350 per person, or rupees 900 for subordinate. Other places, so you have to apply, that is minimum rupees 1000, and for substaff it is to be rupees 600. Okay, so you have to be take care regarding that. Like you have halting allowance 1000, 1350, and 1500 for clerical, and this one next one for subordinate. Okay, 600, 900, 1100. Now one thing main arises, like you have 3 days training, you have occupied hotel also, so you have hotel bill. So what is the criteria? What is the amount they will sanction for the hotel bill? And if you are giving the hotel bill, then how much they will give you the halting allowance? Clear? These things you have to keep in mind. Many times, TA bill basically your traveling allowances bills rejected or they pay less. So you have to be knowledgeable regarding this thing. Provided that an employee can also claim lodging expenses, reimbursement by production of hotel rent, subject to the ceilings prescribed under clerical staff, subordinate staff. Hotel here that is rupees 300 per day, and here it is to be rupees 1500 per day, just half. Okay, they will take half for A category. For B category, it is B category like differentiate, that is places with the population of 5 lakh and above, state capital, capitals of union territories not covered in column 2500, 1250. So minimum it is to be rupees 2000 per day. Provided that in such cases, reimbursement of hotel rent, clear, when you are getting the hotel rent, boarding charges has different meaning, but here they will say that like if you are claiming the hotel rent, so how much halting they will give? So boarding charges as 35% of the halting allowance shall be payable. Clear? 35%. Next one, next important point. Clear? When you will claim the halting allowance, clear? What is the condition they have specifically mentioned? Like in the same city or at any other place, they have mentioned one thing. So in centers or stations with a population of 12 lakh and above, halting allowance as provided, and that is above, shall be payable to an employee upon deputation to another branch or office within the same municipal limits or urban agglomeration if the distance of such a deputation is 20 kilometer and more from the parent branch or office. Clear? Like in the big cities, we can say that, or metro cities. If you are going to the other branch and the distance from your branch, it is more than 20 kilometer, then they have to pay halting allowance to you. Okay. Next one, medical aid for clerical. In partial modification of clause 20 of the bipart settlement, 11th of November 2020, with effect from 1st of November 2022, reimbursement of medical expenses under medical aid scheme shall be restricted to an amount of rupees 2830 per annum. Earlier it is for clerical staff, I think it will be 2355. Now it will enhance to rupees 2830 rupees per annum. So you have to claim. So how? For the calendar year 2022, the reimbursement of medical expenses under the medical aid scheme shall be enhanced proportionality for 2 months, like for 2022. So it will increase from 1st of November 2022. For these 2 months, you have to claim proportionate that. How much increase? Divided by 12 into multiplied by 2. Okay, so in this way, for 2023, you have to claim full amount, that is differentiation of both 2830, 2355. Next one, all the banks to evolve and implement a scheme for periodical health checkup of all the employees wherever it is not available. Clear? Like annually checkup of all the employees. There will be introduction of one new thing, that is eye checkup. All employees shall be allowed a reimbursement of rupees 500 per year towards annual eye check. Clear? That is every year you have to for your eye checkup. And for that, how much reimbursement basically will be done? That is rupees 500 per year. You have to produce the bill and they will reimburse you as per your bill, and the maximum reimbursement here it is to be rupees 500. Now next one, definition of family. Here there will also change in the definition of family. There are one or two things which we have to be clear from our organization or from the IBA. I will discuss in this slide or in the next slide. So with effect from 1st of April to 2024, in partial modification of clause 18 of bipart settlement dated, and clause 21 of the settlement dated 11th of November 2020, for the purpose of medical facilities and for the purpose of LFC, the family, the employee's spouse. Second one, that is wholly dependent unmarried children. unmarried children. Specifically, they have mentioned, not they have mentioned any age. That is unmarried children, including stepchildren and legally adopted children. Next one, wholly dependent, physically and mentally challenged brother and sister with more than 40% disability. 40 or more than 40%. Widow daughters and dependent divorced or separate daughters. Sisters, including unmarried, divorced, abandoned, or separated from husband or widowed sister. Parents wholly dependent on the employee. There is one thing, provided that in the case of physically and mentally challenged children, irrespective of age, they shall be constituted as dependents even after their marriage, subject to however fulfilling the income criteria for dependent. Earlier, the income criteria it is to be rupees 12,000 per month. Now it will enhance to rupees 18,000. The term wholly dependent family member shall mean such member of the family having a monthly income not exceeding rupees 1,800. If the monthly income of the parents exceeds rupees 1,800 or the aggregate of monthly income of both the parents exceeds rupees 1,800, so both the parents shall not be considered as wholly dependent on the employer. And when this criteria basically will be applicable basically from the 1st of October 2024 as per this settlement. Okay. And I will discuss in the upcoming session also which component basically will be applicable for what time. And there are some other things which we have to be discussed later. And one doubt which we have to be clear, and I request to all of you, if you have any knowledge regarding that, so kindly comment in the comment section so that we will include in the next video. So for the purpose of medical expenses reimbursement scheme and leave fare concession for all employees, any two of the dependent, either it is to be father, mother or father-in-law, mother-in-law shall be covered. The employee will have the choice to substitute either of the dependents or both once in a calendar year. So one thing basically, like they have dependent father, mother, father-in-law, mother-in-law. Can they will include like father and mother-in-law or father-in-law, mother? Clear? So this thing we have to be clear. Like any of the two. Or basically they have to include like father, mother or father-in-law, mother-in-law. Clear? If anyone has any knowledge regarding, basically clear regarding that, so you can comment here. Okay. According to me, it says that any two of the dependents, so there is not any criteria like it is to be father, mother or father-in-law, mother-in-law. Clear? So it will be any of the two as per this line. So for the calendar year 2024, for the purpose of medical insurance scheme policy, the revised monthly income criteria of dependents shall be effective from 1st of October 2024. Last one, that is reimbursement of expenses on the road travel. So you have to be take care regarding that also. Like many times, many of the employees basically will take their personal vehicle, like on the training or at any place. So how they will reimburse? So in modification of clause 32 of the bipart settlement dated 11th of November 2020. So with effect from 1st of April 2024, where an employee has to travel on duty between two places, he shall be reimbursed actual cost in case of travel by public transport. Clear? If you are going by the public transport, so if you have tickets, so they will pay you that much amount which is mentioned in the ticket. If you are public transport like bus or train, or at rupees 11 per kilometer plus toll taxes if travel by your own vehicle. For the purpose of LFC, while traveling by your own vehicle, the employee shall be reimbursed of maximum of rupees 11 per kilometer plus toll taxes if any per vehicle. Other existing provisions to continue, that is whatever they have mentioned in the previous settlements, rest it will be same. Okay, so this will be the change. So in this session, we have discussed some other important points. Hope you are able to understand regarding all these points. And if anyone has any doubt, any query, so you can comment in the comment section. If you like our video, so please share with your friends also. There is one thing here that while availing the reimbursement of hotel rent, how much boarding charges basically will be paid to you? That is 35% of the halting allowance. Okay. So these things you have to be remember. So thanks to all of you for joining this discussion.